Well, here we are once again. Good morning to you all. Thank you all for taking your time, for tuning in for another opportunity to get the chance to talk about this thing we love so much. That thing of mental real estate. Why is it so real for you? I'm telling you, man, it's another great day, another great opportunity. But before I even get started, I got to ask you, how was your weekend? Did you do something extraordinary? Did you get a chance to spend time with somebody that you love? Did you spend time with somebody that loved you back? Did you get a chance to grow from some things that maybe you just had a trouble wrestling with before? I love this thing because we get an opportunity to just come in and do something great, something phenomenal, to talk about this thing that we call what? Mental real estate. And why is mental real estate so important, guys? Because the places that we've been, the places that we've gone, the places that we're going in life are so instrumental to understanding where we are right now. So this is why I love mental real estate, to talk about a few things that's going to help you understand the positive and negative contributors to your mindset. It's so important because it not only means so much to me, but it means so much to you. Now, today is a great day and a great opportunity, so we get a chance to talk about some real things. So buckle in, strap up, put your safety belt on, because we got a little bit of a ride today. But I'm not going to do what I always do and try to hold you long. I always say that, don't I? I'm not going to keep you long and then say, yeah, but you like to talk. We know. But it's okay. Today is another great day, and today is designed directly for you. So let's get right to it, because I can remember a time. Now listen, my mom's in here, so she's a witness. So listen, I can remember a time when I was a kid, and, you know, my mom used to always get on my brother because he used to pick on me a lot. My brother used to pick on me a lot. Now, I don't know what a lot means to you, but I mean, a lot for me means always something that was just, we was at each other a lot. Now, I can remember a specific time my brother found out. Now, check this out. Now, I don't know about you, but my brother found out that I was actually a little bit scared of the dark. Now, listen to this. It's crazy because when I think about my brother and all the stuff that he would do, that we would just get after one another, it's crazy to imagine how things turned out as we grew up as men. But when I was a kid, my brother found out that I was scared of the dark. And I can remember a time specifically where he would intentionally get me to the top of the steps. Now, we lived in a two-story home with a basement, and I can remember going up to the top of the steps to go up there. Now, you could turn the lights on from the bottom, or you could turn them on from the top. So a lot of times I would turn them on and I would go up the stairs. Now, he found out that I was a little bit afraid of the dark. So what my brother would do is, a lot of times I'm trying to get up the stairs to the bedroom so I could turn on the next light, so I can be in my room. Now, here's the thing. I take off running, and as soon as I get about halfway up the steps, it would be completely lit, and my brother would come from the bottom of the steps, and he'd flip the switch and turn the light off, and I would panic. Now, my mom would say, boy, if you don't stop turning, boy, turn that light back on. So, and my brother knew that it was a bothersome thing for me, and he would do it anyway. Now, here's the thing about this thing with this light. I couldn't understand it, is that it would always seem to scare me when the light went out. Now, I didn't always understand why, but it took time for me to get older to realize that being scared from the light is not necessarily, it's not a natural thing. It's not a natural thing to be scared from the light, because the light is designed only to what? Help you see. The light is designed, let me say that again, the light is designed to help you see. The light is designed to help you to see. And me personally, I like to see. I didn't like being in areas that I could not see. It bothered me 100%. But here's the thing. It's funny because as I think about this in mental real estate, what the light, how significant it really was, that light was something that was so special, but at the same time, so detrimental, because I was so terrified of the light. It had to remain on. But the thing is, when my brother flipped that switch, I panicked. But why was I panicking? Because was my safety in danger? No. Was there anything up there at the top of the steps in my dark room that was going to alert me and scare the crap out of me? No. So think about this. If you're in a position where light becomes a factor for you, but yet and still some people are really still scared of the dark. But here's the thing. Let me ask you the question. If you've ever been scared of the dark, here it is. How come we sleep in it? Isn't that something, how you can be scared of the dark, but yet and still you get some of your best sleep in the dark. Now, the dark is meant for what? To help you rejuvenate, help you to relieve your stress, helps your body to retool and get restarted, to heal yourself up from some of the things that you've been through during the day. Rest is what? Essential. Now, some of us can sleep during the day. Some of us don't have a choice because of our work schedule, but letting still, we always seem to find our way to what? The dark room. Now, it's something about that dark room that helps you to re-energize. I love to re-energize because when we wake up after a good night's rest, as they said, a good night's rest, you wake up with the energy that you need so you can get started. But yet and still, there's something about this thing called the light. Now, what's crazy about the light is that it's everywhere, isn't it? But listen, when the power goes out, when you're in that storm and the power goes out, what are you reaching for? You remember how we would always try to prepare for these things. So in the house, we would always say specifically, know where what? The flashlight is. Know where the flashlight is. Know where the flashlight is. Now here, check this out. I just got done talking to you about the dark, but this is interesting because when I talk about the flashlight, you can hit the flashlight with this one. And that's pretty bright, y'all. That's pretty bright. Or you can come in with the blinder. You can come in with the blinder and guess what? Changes everything, doesn't it? Isn't it something how that light changes everything? Now, let's talk about something when it comes to that light. This light is so specific and so intentional because something like this and as small as this, because I took these to Africa, something as small as this can get into a complete dark room, and anywhere the essence of light is can exist the vision that you have. Now, here's what's good, and here's what I love about it, is that not only does it allow you to see, it's funny, isn't it? Now, doing the research, because I love doing the research is that when you think about the light, when you think about the eyes, isn't it something, have you ever been in a dark room and switched the lights off on somebody? Don't do it intentionally, but I mean, if we grew up, we played games all the time. Have you ever done that? And then guess what happens? Within a few seconds, you switch the light back on. And when you switch the light back on, what does their face look like? This. Have you ever seen that? Oh my gosh. You turn the lights off, and as soon as you turn it on, the eyes are like this. Now, why is that? Because the research and helping you understand more, the eyes and the pupils dilate with the absence of light. With the absence of light, the eyes, they dilate. And when you turn the light back on, you see that the pupils are this big. They look like saucers, right? Now here it is. Why is that? Because even in the absence of light, the eyes are still reaching for it. Isn't it something how we can sleep in the dark, but when we get up in the day and we see that there's light, it's a different type of feeling, isn't it? So the transition between the two is what really matters most. Now, here it is when we talk about this light. As I said, I can take this small one, or I can take this real big heavy one, and I can turn on some light in a dark room. But the light is really just it's not the illusion, it is the reality of what light is all about. But let's dig a little bit deeper, because this is mental real estate, right? Now, this is a really decent light. It's not bad. But at the same time, how decent is the light in a situation like this? It's not too relevant. But in a dark room, this light right here has enough energy and power to allow someone to actually look around the room, to see what it means to have that flashlight. But let's dig in just a little bit deeper, because what is making this flashlight work? There are two things that make a flashlight work, and I'm going to enlighten you today as I educate you mental real estate. Two things that make it work. This one is charged by a cord. This one uses a battery. Now, you have a battery and you have electricity. Two things that make light work outside of what the natural light does. But if we're talking about just the flashlight, helping you understand that there's two things that make it work. Now, the light is amazing, but here's what I like about the light. It takes something inside to bring something outside. See, the light it's not internal until it's what? Until it's used. Now, it's internal until it becomes what? External. So it's not external until it is what? Used. So once I decide to use the light, then I guess what happens? Now people are allowed to see something that was down on the inside. Now let me get this, because I want to make sure that I get this right. When it comes to your spirituality, we're talking about the Bible, in which it says, I am Jesus says, I am what? The way, the truth, and the life. The way, the truth, and the life. But if I'm telling you the way, the truth, and the life, that's funny, because you probably thought I was going to say I'm the way, the truth, and the light. But let's turn this around here, because this is mental real estate. If I am the way, the truth, and the life, let's talk about it. The way. How do you find the way without the light? I am the way, but you can't find your way without what? The light. I am the truth. So you can't see what's actually true. You can't be visualizing the truth without what? The light. Isn't it something has the way, the truth, and the life? And oh my goodness, we're talking about the life now. The Bible says, and Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Now, if he's the life, what is the life represented by? How do you represent the life if the life is not the light? Isn't it something? Now, here's what I love about this part, as I jump over for just a second, is the fact that we get a chance to breathe. You go outside, it may be clear blue skies, it may be cloudy skies, but one thing that is always represented in the day of living in the life is what? The light. And even at night, we still have the light. Isn't it something how, because if the light is extinguished, what do you have in the way, the truth, and the light, in the life, if the light is not represented? Now here it is. I love it, because we get a chance to talk about these flashlights and what I love about them. And one of them's generated by the electricity. One of them's generated by the battery. But they all represent one thing, the light. Now, in your mental real estate, how bright is your light? Let me ask you the question. How bright is your light? Now, I like that, because there's an old song that said things that make you go, Think about this. In this world of everything that we have going on, in the evolution of what happens every single day, 24 hours a day, since the existence of time, we are always faced and have always been in the light to some extreme. The light is always represented. The light is the life. The light is these green trees behind me. This green grass. The light is the food that we eat. The light is the generosity of the energy that we produce within ourselves. The light is the strength. The light doesn't represent the weakness. The light represents life. The light represents so many different things about you and me. The way that we grow, the way that we sow. The way that we breathe, the way that we eat. The light represents what we eat. The light represents the machinery. The light represents, why? Because there is light in everything. But wait a minute, it's just light, right? Somebody turn on the light. Now, why would I tell you to turn on the light? Like my mama told my brother when he saw me running up them stairs and he knew I was scared of the dark. She said, boy, turn that light back on. Because he turned the lights off knowing that I was scared of the dark. But the good thing about it, as we grow and we get older, we realize the illusion of the absence of light. The illusion of the absence of light can be terrifying for a lot of people. Now, if the absence of light can be terrifying for so many people, what is the essence of light? Because it represents so much. So let me ask you, because a lot of times when we think about the light, we think about the brightness, right? That's what you think about, the brightness. But listen, if you take a light and you go in a pitch black room, I'm talking about where you can't even see your hand in front of your face. Go sit in one of those rooms. I know we've done it. We've all done it. Sit in that dark room and completely be in total darkness and put your hand in front of your face. You can't even see it, can you? Now, what's crazy about that is that if you introduce even the smallest of any light and it penetrates that dark room, it will illuminate to a degree that you can actually see. But again, is that light comes from one direction and goes to another. But we are basing a lot of times our lives based on the strength of our light. The Bible says, let your light so shine that others may see the goodness of the Lord in your life. Let your light so shine. Listen, here's the thing. Was there a stipulation on the light? Is there a condition to the light? Did it say that it had to be battery operated or electronically generated? Is there some type of stipulation when it comes to the light? Absolutely not. So if there's something about the light that you're carrying, if there's something about the light that's down on the inside, you may have that light, but listen, a lot of times it doesn't mean anything if you don't generate the light. That's funny because we are all walking around carrying every single day, we're carrying that thing that was gifted to us from birth, and that is the light. Now that's funny because the light is like, okay, maybe it may be something I want to use today. You know what? Maybe there's a day I don't feel like it. Does it mean that your light is extinguished? No. Let me tell you this, because when we're talking about what a bad day may look like to some, as they said for me when I was going to Africa, there are people in other countries that are praying. Listen to this. There are people in other countries that are praying for your worst day. Let me say that again. There are people in other countries right now that are praying for what your worst day looks like. Imagine what your worst day looks like, and imagine that there are people who are praying for your worst day. Now, why would they do that? Because you thought you had it bad. Because you thought that maybe this day was so terrible. You thought that maybe there were some things that was missing in your life. But if I am the way, the truth, and the life, he says, why aren't we using the light that was given to us? Now, here's the thing. You didn't ask for it. You didn't look for it. But it's there. It's generated every single day. Lightning in a bottle. You're walking around carrying that thing called the light. Don't let me use this flashlight to have to show you that there's light on the inside. Because just as there's light on the inside, it belongs to you. Just because there's light, oh my gosh. Woo! Just because there's light on the inside, God, I'm blinding myself. It belongs to you. And this is what I love about it. There are people, and listen to me good, there are people with a light that sits inside of them every single day. And let's be honest, some of them's life situations are so dire that they don't even know or even acknowledge that there is a light. But something as simple as a gesture as saying thank you, or good morning, or I appreciate you. How is your day today? How can I help you? Those are things that help bring out that light in other people. Now, because things can be so bad, a lot of times they say, what? Sometimes I'm so far down, the only way I can see is what? Up. Because it's so dark in certain areas of people's lives. But again, we have the ability to carry something called the light, because the light is something that was given to us, inherited. We wasn't like, okay, waiting in line, let me get my light, let me get my light. No, we inherited this thing called the light. Why? Because he said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So if I got all these things working for me, the one thing that I seem to work against is the light that I carry to ignite the fire of everything that I've already been gifted. But I have a light inside of me, but may be refusing to actually utilize what was gifted to me. How do we get in a position? Now, here's the question. How do we get into a position where we refuse to use the light that was gifted to us? Because this is the life that we live. Because if we want to know the way, if we want to know the truth, if we want to know the life, you cannot excuse the acknowledgement of the light. Because the light is down inside of you. Isn't it something to be special? Because what you deal with and what you grow with and what you exercise every single day could be the same thing that stops us from moving. The same thing that stops us from delivering that word. The same thing that stops us from exercising our right to the light. From exercising our right to the light. And if I can be honest and candid, let's be real today, because I'm going to go there. Transparency is everything. This thing can be recharged. Electricity charges this one. This thing could possibly be replaced. It's a battery. It's a battery. It is something we're talking about the light, but what makes the light tick from the inside? Because you can't get the light out unless you have something down on the inside. If you have something on the inside, now you can turn on that light, can't you? And guess what happens? We walk around in life and we keep thinking, just as that battery starts going low, that light gets a little bit dimmer, don't it? You know what your life is like. When the battery gets low, that light gets a little bit dimmer. When you go through your problems, that light gets a little bit dimmer. When you start realizing the stresses and all the things that seem to mess your day all the way up, that light gets a little bit dimmer. When you get a little angry, that light gets a little bit dimmer. When you're frustrated, when you're stressed, when you're depressed, that light gets a little bit dimmer. And sometimes you got to get back to the dark so that you can recharge your battery. But here's the thing. The battery comes on, you utilize the battery, it goes down. You go back to the cabinet, you get some more batteries, or you plug it back in. You charge it back up and you use it. You're going to use this thing as often as it can until guess what? The light goes out. Wow. But if the light goes out, wait a minute, let me try to charge this back up. Let me put another battery back in this. And even though sometimes we charge it back up and we put another battery in it, we realize that the light is gone out. And no matter how much electricity or how many batteries you generate, you realize that that light that you had that once shined everything and showed you everything you needed to see, all the opportunities that you was given and everything that you was trying to do with your life, that light now that you was electrically charging and replacing the batteries in, now the light has gone out. Whew. So what happens when the light goes out? Your mental real estate, listen to me. I'm pleading with somebody. What happens when that light goes out? Because this life, if I'm the way, the truth, and the life, and all you have yet to do is use the light that I've given you, there's going to come a time for every single one of you that light that we have talked about, that light that has been so invigorating, that same light that has given you something to hope for, something to wish on, something to accelerate yourself, something to build yourself. One day that light is going to go out. And no matter what you do to charge it, no matter what you do to replace the batteries, that light will not come back on. Because that's the life. Because it generates the way. And the life will show you the truth. The light that's inside of you is like no other light that you've ever seen before. But yet and still, you can't see it. Now, why would I say something like this to you? Let me tell you something. Happiness is not the only result of what light is all about. Don't base the fact that your life is in a position, and don't excuse the fact of what you've been forfeited and what you've been allowed and what you've been given because you believe the light is there. There are people that are hurting that have that same light that you have. There are people that are suffering that have that same light that you have. There are people that struggle every single day with addiction, all types of addiction. It doesn't matter what it is. But is that light in there? Let me tell you something. The devil doesn't want anything that doesn't have nothing. You've heard that one before, huh? If you got something and you're troubled, if you got something and you're bothered, if you got something and you can't get well, if you got something that people keep taking from you, if you got something that causes depression, if you got something that's causing anxiety, if you got something, guess what? You're a target. What makes you a target? It's not the darkness. What makes you a target is that there's a light that belongs to you. And if I can extinguish that light, it may never come back again. So my message to you today, as we talk about this Monday mental real estate thing, is that utilize the light that was given to you. It's something how we live our lives every single day with understanding that when I wake up, it's a new day. That when I move forward, it's a new day. When I go outside, it feels good. The light is shining bright. I can see the sun. I can see the night. And we get so comfortable in these positions because this is what we call life. We live in, y'all. This is where it's at, right? But it's deeper than the light. It's deeper than the light. It's what generates the light. It's what produces the light. And where does it come from? Just as these batteries and this electricity have charged up this thing, let me tell you something. It's not what's coming out. It's what's coming out from within. And there's so many things that belong to you that come from within that light can't be extinguished. But you got to recognize that it is yours and that it does belong to you. And it is there for a purpose. We didn't ask for it. We inherited it. And if we inherited it, it's our destination. It's our design, by design, that we use the light that was given to us. Because one day, that very light that we talk about, you won't be able to recharge. You won't be able to change the batteries. Because one day, that light that we carry, it's going to go out. And when it does, will you be able to say everything you need to say? Will you have done what you have needed to do? Will all of your assignments be completed? Will you make the most of what you have so that you can move forward to what's waiting for you after this day is over? I want to thank you all for taking the time for Monday Mental Real Estate. I appreciate all of you for taking the time to be with me on another opportunity to talk about your mindset, the positive and negative contributors to your mindset. I know the dark can be scary because I was one who used to be terrified of the dark. It's funny how we can sleep in the dark. Oh, I sleep real good when it's dark and I'm ready to go to bed. Oh, I'm out, lights out, done. But when I wake up the next day, we get to see the light. We get to find something else in the light. We can see everything that is generated by the light. It is in everything that we see. It's about everything that we say. And it's in everything that we do. Allow that light to continue to move you in a different direction of your life. And I can promise you a better day is ahead. God bless you all. Thank you for taking the time to tune in. This is your man, Professor Dr. Michael Freeland. And I'm here to another thing just to talk about your mindset. That mental real estate is the state of your mentality. State of what? Your mindset. God bless you all. Let's have a great day. Let me shout some people out. Pam Harmon Porter, God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you, Pam. Always hard-working lady. I see you. Listen, keep smiling. Don't stop moving that book, Pam. That book is special. And somebody's going to continue to be enlightened by the opportunity to keep using that smile. So listen, Pam Harmon Porter, God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. My big brother, Antoine Montooth, I see you. My sister, Martha Carr, I love you, sis. It's been a while. Maybe we should do breakfast sometime. God bless you, sis. Thank you for tuning in. As always, it's good times, y'all. Asian Rebels, my brother, thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for taking some time out of your busy schedules and your busy days to be a part of what we're doing for Monday Mental Real Estate. Jetta Thompson, God bless you. Thank you, mother, for being in here. I appreciate you. It's a great day for so many. Listen, I want everybody to have a great day. If I missed you in the feed, in the comments, please charge it to the head, not the heart. That's how I kind of give my call outs and shout outs to who's in here. If I see a comment, I speak on it. If you choose not to comment, it's 100% okay. Just get the message. Mental Real Estate. Last but not least, my life's blood, my mother, Brenda Redmond. Mama, thank you so much for being in here doing what you do to help elevate your son. Thank you for all your prayers. Thank you for all your sacrifice. Thank you for all the time that you've given just to help your son become somebody better every day. So again, thank you all for taking your time for Monday Mental Real Estate. And listen, have yourself an amazing day and a blessed week, and we'll talk soon. God bless you all. Take care. We'll talk again, okay? Bye-bye. Oh, hold on. I forgot one more person. Miss Tisdale, how are you? I see you in here. Thank you so much for taking your time. And have a great day. God bless you all. Love you all and take care of yourself, all right? We'll talk. Bye-bye, guys.